Hello guys, this is Espinosa Soto, or my real name, Julius Nesbitt, and today I'm going to show you I'm going to tell you my testimony, how I came to know the Lord. So, it all started when I was living in South Carolina. I have to bend down because it all started in South Carolina where I had Christian parents. They knew the Lord, so I kind of grew up on Christianity, but I really didn't have a encounter or a relationship with Jesus yet. And this was before I went to the Lord. So when I was little, where we lived at the time, we didn't really have a church near us. We didn't really have a church to go to where I was living. The only church that I did go to was the church where my grandparents lived, and that was 30 minutes away. So the only time we would go to church was if we stayed over at my grandparents' house. And I always thought church was a boring thing. I always thought church was, oh, this is just boring. You just have to go there. I just didn't really care. I didn't show it. Well, sometimes I showed it, but sometimes I didn't show it. I know the lighting's bad. Oh, I know the lighting's bad. You can barely see me, but what was I? Here at church. I didn't think church was a good thing. I thought it was boring. I didn't really pay attention to it. I didn't really do anything. And the only time I do pay attention to the preacher or the pastor, I didn't really understand what he was saying. I didn't know what getting saved was. I didn't know what eternity was. I didn't know having a relationship with Christ was. I didn't know any of that. So when I wasn't paying attention, I would doodle. I would draw on a piece of paper. Love drawing. I don't draw as much as I do, but I still draw. But and this happened for until 2019. 2019, like I said, I lived in South Carolina, and now I moved to Florida. And we had an apartment. We still didn't have a house, so we didn't go to church for at least 2 years at the least. But we didn't really go to church like that until we got our new house. And when we got a house, we still didn't find a church for at least another year or two until 2023. What's 2023? It might have been 2022. 2022, 2023, I don't know the exact year, but we found a church. And when we got to that church, I still didn't understand. I still didn't know what the pastor was talking about. I still didn't get it. I didn't draw this time. I was literally paying attention, but I didn't know what they were saying. So that happened for another a year until here's when the fun started happening. This is where I really dove deeper into Christianity. So 2020 now we had Vacation Bible School or VBX. We were there because of the games. At least I was there because of the games. I wasn't really there because of the word of God. Wasn't there. I was really all about the games and food. But you still gotta pay attention, right? You still gotta pay attention to what the adult or whoever speaking has to say, right? So at the end, it was fun. It was fun. It was really fun. I got more into Christianity. Well, I got more, and I liked it. And we joined a youth group. And I did. When I'm telling you, when you're new to a youth group, you're new. You don't know anyone. You don't know who they are. So for the most part, I was sitting in the back of the room because I didn't know who they were. I only be in the front of class or front of the room or the front of the group because I was shy. I was really shy, but I liked it. You kind of like stuff when you like the environment, you like the people. And I didn't really talk to the people, but they seemed nice, so I'm assuming like, okay, it's good. So 2020, I don't know why I keep saying years. Actually, yes, 2023. 2023, dramatic. This is where it happens, guys. This is where it happens. So after VBX, I kept going to youth group more. I kept going to Sunday school more, not knowing the understanding, the meaning of the word, but I still kept going. So, but here's something different. It's after VBX, after Vacation Bible School. I started paying attention more and more, and I started to get the gist a little bit, only like a little bit. And then it wasn't really until a Sunday. Listen, most of my testimony is understanding. I didn't really understand things. I wasn't really a bad child. I wasn't really that bad. I was always a good person. I was nice to people. I was relatively a good person. But can't be a good person just to get to heaven. So I started to get more and more like a little bit meaning about loving your enemies, being nice, treating people how you want to be treated, which the Bible still states loving your enemies, even though they don't like you. But one day, and one day at church, the pastor mentioned something about eternity, and I was wondering, like, what does eternity mean? And then literally right after, I'm pretty sure he stated it. And eternity means forever. So I know my hair looks bad. I need to rebraid it. But back to the Testament. He mentioned eternity. It's like, okay, forever. Eternity means forever. And that's where I started to get. I started a little bit, kind of putting two and two together. I didn't really. I still quite didn't understand it, but I was getting a little bit. But like I said, I'm in youth group. And when you have Sunday school and then Wednesday night youth group Bible study, which that was Bible study, it was like, okay, it was pretty good. But Wednesday night, they were talking about having a relationship with Jesus. And when I was little, at the time, I still knew who Jesus was. I didn't know the relationship part though. I still knew who Jesus was. I kind of knew what heaven and hell was. I kind of knew the basics. But I didn't know those were real places. Like, I had no clue. I had zero clue this was. I'm sorry if the camera keeps falling. I need to find a better place though. But I had a pretty understanding. So, Jesus, have a relationship with Jesus, and then eternity. It's kind of like a mathematical equation if you think about it. So, a couple more Sundays, more Wednesday nights. And I was like, I need to get saved. I need to get saved. So I accepted my life to Jesus August 8th of 2023. Now look at me now. That's my testimony. I'll see you guys next video.